Hello and welcome everybody to the stream. And if you're watching this afterwards, thank you for joining in afterwards. Always happy when you get a chance to watch this, whether it is live or whether it is afterwards. We already got a few folks here tonight. Steven came in early to the chat, by the way, and asked if anybody's excited. And I commented that I hate Air streams because he never shows his losses. But yeah, welcome tonight. We're going to be doing another WAAGH stream. This is just a silly campaign I've been kind of doing for fun. I hadn't played any Total War Warhammer in a while because I've been playing Rome 2 and Troy and Age of Empires 4. But I obviously still like this game. It's just that we're still a ways off from getting anything new for Warhammer. So I'm like, and CA just keeps releasing more and more news bits, and I'll cover some of them whenever they release something, really important. I'll cover it, but they just release too much news. So it's like every day they've got something new. It's like, oh, there's a new video, or here's the magic stuff, or here's this guy's lore, or these people's lore, and now here's the mechanics for this faction. It's like we're still like we don't even know when launch day is at yet. Like, we don't even know when launch day is at. I'm going to forget all this before we even get there. Like, to me, this type of hype would be a lot more cool if we were, like, 2 weeks from launch. And they're just hype every day until launch, and then everybody gets in there. So I don't understand the marketing campaign personally. I think it's just too early to get the hype train rolling out of the station, but that's just me. In any case, I am excited for it, and I still love this game, but I am definitely ready for a new Total War Warhammer game. This game's starting to show its age, especially with newer Total War games that are out that are running much smoother performance-wise and have some nice stuff updated in them. I really want to see Warhammer get the overhaul that it needs. But yeah, thanks everybody for being here. Let's get things started. I'm going to kind of give you a brief update on where we were. We've declared a WAAGH against the Bloody Hands, and the WAAGH target, of course, is going to be at their capital. And Grimgor has his full WAAGH force. He just captured the Silver Road, and now I have moved out here to challenge the Bloody Hands. This is total WAAGH campaign, so we are declaring war on every faction on the turn when we meet them. Feels pretty suicidal, but nevertheless, I'm going to attempt it. Like I said, this is kind of just for fun. It may not work out in my favor, but it is what it is. Talking like a Halo from Elite. Word. Man, speaking of Halo Infinite, I think we're down to like, 35, 36 days before Halo Infinite launches. They did show off the campaign finally, and I'm pretty excited. It looks like the campaign has some open world elements, and is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I love games that have open world elements that aren't MMOs. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. Well, and I think the little ones are in here. Here. I don't know if you'll be on the camera or not. You have to lean over and look up here. Yeah, there you are. Say hi.
Hi.
All right.
Hi.
Yeah. You want to get on there? Here we go. There you are. See? Look up at the camera with the blue light. See it?
Yeah,
Right here. That's.
I see.
All right. Night, boys.
Hi.
All right. We've already been raided by the Little WAAGH. So that's the lore of the Little WAAGH there. And they left my door open. Hold on just a second. All right. So, now we're going to get back to it here. Got a skill point here on HeirofCarthage, which, that is quite the name there, Cracktooth. I mean, if we could all have names that carried that much meaning and dignity, things would just be a little more interesting in our day-to-day lives. We need to go and defend Blackcrag. I want to see what this guy's got here. got 3 blorks and some trolls. They just outnumber us a lot. I'm going to go ahead and just decline this attack. I just wanted to see what he's got there. The little WAAGH. That's right. Coming in here to get ready for bed. Let's see, so we can issue a commandment at Death Pass. That's good. Should we... Yeah, we want to improve Iron Rock because I need to get its defenses built up a little. The greenskin defenses are pretty crappy, all be told. Okay. Well, it is what it is. I can't really move much more. We may end up with a fight against Snorri Drakebeard here. I think it's winnable. We will see. Distortion rate. Let's do the growth and obedience here. Let's get through our first turn end and see how much craziness comes to be. Because like I said, we're at war with everybody on the map. It's like we're going to be attacked by Zoc Backstab. That is an appropriate name. And then we've got Ugrok Tiefrabe, which is another good name. If we auto-resolve, it's going to kill basically all my units, which I think is a little bit ridiculous. If not a lot ridiculous. Though, to be fair, Crappiest Do Not Yet Spider Git is not as strong as Grimgor just yet. So we'll see. Lizard Lord, things are going good. Thanks for joining us tonight. Oh, hey, by the way, in the chat, exclamation point heist. H-E-I-S-T. Exclamation point heist. And I think you have to put like a number of points in, like, salt pennies. You all can go on an adventure. It's a Javelin Day adventure. You should try it out. I think when someone starts the heist, it gives people a chance to join by using the command heist. So you all can try it out here, but it's exclamation point heist, and then I think you put the number of points that you're going in with. Let's see if this will work, see if we can get it started. I turned the module on, and we'll, I think you have to put a space before the points. I don't know, we'll see. If someone gets a successful command off, I don't even know if the Streamlabs bot is even working tonight. I haven't seen the little message from it. Oh, yep, here it is. It's on. So Warner started the Javelin Day celebration. If you want to join in, you have to use the command it tells you there, which is heist. So it's exclamation point heist, and then put in an amount after it if you want to join. I think that a lot of you can join, and you'll like it. I've written this personally, and of course, as an engineer, I am a flawless writer. Being in engineering school, I have a way with words that people just won't even understand. So you'll get the story of a lifetime, I promise you that. Also, the 8-ball has had more responses added to it. Responses that you all should like. So if you want to use the 8-ball, it's the exclamation point, the number 8, and then B-A-L-L, no spaces. So exclamation point 8-ball, and you can ask it a question. So you exclamation point 8-ball, again, the number 8, B-A-L-L, no spaces, and then you put a question after it. Looks like people are joining the treasure hunt, though. They're calling it a treasure hunt. It's actually a Javelin Day celebration. I still got to edit a little bit of this, but you are joining a Javelin Day celebration, okay? With a chance to win some salt pennies at the end. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, salt pennies are utterly useless. They're just a make-believe currency. And if you're thinking that, yeah, you'd be right. You'd be right. And see, the 8-ball is working excellently. The 8-ball told you that your question is irrelevant and that you should just vote for Gorbel. Oh, look, here comes the story. You guys can read what's happening in the heist. All right, start reading the story. So the crew sets off javelins in hand, ready to help everyone feel the joy that is Javelin Day. Some of the group managed to give more than they received this glorious Javelin Day, but alas, some of them were left in the street with new piercings after the festivity. So they arrive and begin throwing their javelins by the dozens into the crowd. Everyone's enjoying the festivities, at least for the short while before gruesome bodily harm. So, yep, get ready. I'll tell you whether or not you win. Hopefully you'll enjoy the new nonsensical crap that I put in there. It reflects the height of my... oh man, this battle's live! I'm sitting here talking. I was gonna make a crack on basically how goofy I am, which should be apparent to anybody paying attention at this point. All the while, the battle's like about to happen, and I haven't even properly positioned my troops. I have to remember how to play this game after playing all the Age of Empires now. Alright. Now, I don't have any... What's the word I'm looking for here? I was thinking something and then totally lost track of it. I'm gonna start killing our enemies here. Excellent. Alright, I'm gonna get my archers and start mowing down some of theirs. I've got my Spiderita archers over here just kind of firing away. I'm gonna start shooting at those snotling wagons, actually. We should be able to cut through our enemies. We don't have the WAAGH bar filled up yet, but soon enough. Let's get some sneaky stabbing going on over here. It's a Gabo Great Shaman. I don't know if he's going to let me catch him here. I'm going to try, because we should be able to beat him up pretty easy. Let's crank off the WAAGH here and begin the destruction in earnest. Alright, we've pretty much crushed our initial wave of enemies here, but I think there's going to be more reinforcements coming on, because we got attacked by a rather large group, if I remember right. Yeah, look, here comes some reinforcements here. So let's get reset. Alright, this flank's getting a little bit overwhelmed over here. That's alright, we'll make it out. Alright, here comes the Night Goblin War Boss. Let's give him a not-so-warm welcome. Alright, the WAAGH is here. This fight over here is a little bit crazy. Buff up the boys a little. Let's go see if we can get rid of these Goblin Wolf Riders. Shifting. Looks like we've got the Night Gobbo War Boss pretty hurt. Hopefully we can get another WAAGH built up here. Let's send in some reinforcements. Yeah, I figured there would be a pretty big second wave coming in, and there is. Just kind of start crashing in here. We want to get all of our troops engaged in the melee if possible. I'm getting some vindictive glare shot at me, so I'll return the favor. The shroom will have you. I guess it won't, because we kind of hit the dirt with it. Buff our units up. I mean, we are winning, so as long... Haven't seen more enemy reinforcements coming on yet, but it could just depend on how many are on screen before they're allowed to get more. And then also with the greenskins, you tend to get big groups that rout and then come back from routing and rinse and repeat, you know, over and over and over again. Power bar, though, is starting to tilt in our favor. Could be because of how badly we beat up this group. It may also have to do with the total number of enemies who are left. I'm not 100% certain. Forgot exactly what all attacked us, but there was quite a few. So what happened in the Javelin Day celebration? Did you all win? Anybody get any prizes for their Javelin Day? The first Javelin Day adventure organized by our very own Lord of Handguns, Warner. Hopefully it's just something goofy for you to have fun with. Of course, you can still gamble. It looks like Nick Lingberg is doing some of that right now, and so is German Soldier. Warner says, what are your thoughts on the changes CA is making to reinforcements? I didn't see the changes, actually. I forgot to look. What are they doing with reinforcements? It's been hard for me to keep up with all the news because there's been too much of it. So I can't really keep up with it. Am I ready for gut magic? Is that what Nurgle has? I did read up on all the different lores of magic they're bringing in, and it sounds pretty cool. Like, we can see all the spells. I read through all of that. So I read through all the different lores of magic we have coming. Honestly, the Slaaneshi lore sounds pretty interesting. So I'm kind of looking forward to that one. So this is a Karak 8 Peaks. We're getting attacked by a giant Skaven trash stack. I don't know if I have what it's going to take to win. I know it's just a Skaven trash stack, but at the same time, he's going to have Warp Lightning. So I don't really want to waste my time on this. I don't know if the Skaven will have enough. Oh my gosh. I was like, we can handle these dwarves that are in front of us, and then Zufbar shows up with an absolute crap ton of reinforcements. So this is now unwinnable too. I should have just fallen back to Black Crag and started building. Warner says they're making it so they don't arrive instantly for one. Well, it seems like they're already doing that in Troy. I've run into that multiple times in Troy where the reinforcements come on later, but also I think it may have had to do with me blocking the edge of the screen. Like, the reinforcements, of course, wouldn't just step into my lap like they, you know, used to. How many turns to Black Crag surrender? Oh, lots of turns. So 6 turns before they even run out of supplies. All right, so we had some setbacks there. That wasn't brilliant. Definitely not brilliant. I'm gonna travel the underway here up to the Silver Road, and we probably need to go defend Mount Gunbad. I'm gonna tear down that building, the Brawling Grounds. It would be handy to be able to recruit, but we just need to get up there and help protect it. Its garrison is really bad, so see here. There's also, you can pick the direction yours will come from at the cost of taking longer to arrive. Now that's interesting. That is a nice change, especially since they can't ever seem to get that right. Like, I swear they've made multiple patches to try and improve that, and all of them stink. Gosh dang it, these guys attacked me before my troops had a chance to move on. This is going to waste all my movement points, killing these idiots from the woods here. I'll need to use my WAAGH army to try and shield this army because these troops are just straight up better here. Hey, we got a new member tonight, Dimitri. Thanks for joining the WAAGH here. You're gonna get yourself that bronze Carthage shield, and you can use some custom emojis. Thanks for supporting the channel, Dimitri. It is a pleasure to have you here tonight. And let me know how long you've been a part of the channel. Always like to hear from folks how long they've been following the channel, or what it is you like, what brought you here. Or if you just come here to see how pathetic I am and laugh at me. I mean, that works too. Whatever you want. But thank you, Dimitri. Appreciate the support. We have a strong WAAGH here in the community. So see, like right here, I guess I would be able to pick which way I want the reinforcements to come from. I want the WAAGH army to come in. I don't want to lose any units here. I need to try not to lose any. This is going to set me back, though, because I needed to attack the next settlement and get some cash from looting it. So I'm a little bit irritated that these idiots are attacking me. It's a waste of time because I have other things to attend to. Alright, I'm gonna get an infantry line set up. They're gonna have a ton of troops. It's just they're gonna be trash. And of course, Grimgor should be really, really strong here. Alright. Then start the battle. We should have more infantry coming in from the WAAGH army. I'm gonna take these guys and just kind of hide in the back. They're an itchy nuisance. They are an itchy nuisance. It's an excellent point, Senshi. These greenskins of the forest are just an itchy nuisance. I get all these units that are absolutely thrashed and just put them in the back here. Probably include that one too. There. That'll make it easier for me to keep those units separate. Get all my archers lined up. There's some infantry. Alright, so get all the infantry lined up. Gabo Big Boss. These guys over here. These work boys are a little bit trash too, so let's pull them back there. Alright. I think we'll have a main infantry line set up. And let's see. It's been targeting Goblin Archers, which that's a pretty good target. I'm going to let it continue that. Their Night Goblin War Boss is headed out in the front of their troops. I'm going to try and meet him with Grimgor and use this You're Next kind of punch in the face ability here. Dimitri says, I started watching back in your Carthage campaign on Rome 2. Really enjoy your content. That's awesome, man. But we're having a lot of fun on the Seleucid campaign right now. If you haven't seen that yet, you should check it out if you like Rome 2. I don't know if you still do or not. But yeah, we're having a lot of fun with that one. It's been pretty crazy. Really good time. Alright, let's get our archer line and start killing their archers. Make sure I'm in a defensive stance. Alright, Grimgor should be getting a pretty good beatdown going. They have an Ragnarok spider. Holy crap. I'm gonna get my archers up closer so I can focus that Ragnarok spider. Come out here and support my gobos. I'm gonna drop the bomb here, the smoke bomb. Try and reduce the ability of these spiders to do any cycle charging. Somehow this Night Goblin War Boss is getting protected by all the other infantry around. So I'm going to have to try and stay focused with Grimgor to take it out. Meanwhile, here comes the Ragnarok spider, so I'm going to focus all my archer fire at it. Pop a WAAGH off here. And I'm going to counterattack the spider, which gets a decent charge off on Grimgor, but Grimgor ought to start to tear the spider up, along with the archers. Got a pretty big rout started here. It's looking pretty contagious. That spider took a chunk out of Grimgor, but Grimgor is also taking a chunk out of the spider. No spider is better than Grimgor. He is obviously the biggest and the best. So that spider did not get the memo. Get their crap straight. Alright, let's get the Immortals up here. Countercharge these gobos. That's my command there. Alright. They got reinforcements inbound. I don't expect these reinforcements are going to live for very long. Let's move our air boys up. Ready to help cut them down for a second time. Just gonna kind of keep shooting We're building towards another WAAGH. I don't know if we'll get it all in this battle. My greenskins dish out a lot of weapon damage. We're just dealing with a numbers game right now, unfortunately. Do my best to cut some of these numbers down here. Some of those goblin spider rider archers. Now let's go for the Arachnarok that regrouped. There's still some leaders left alive, which will probably help to keep the power bar up just enough to prevent the chain route. Alright, there goes the spider. Straight up dead. So that should have some impact on the power bar. Starting to see a few enemies wavering, but not enough yet. Let's target this blob over here. Let's target our catapults into that blob. They just got a WAAGH, so that's gonna hurt. I have a lot of units that are near death. I wish it would go ahead and give me a WAAGH. I've got all of my units engaged, but I think it's a little slower to get your second, third one, and so on. Like it takes longer. I might lose some orc boys here permanently, which would be annoying, because I don't really have the time to sit around and recruit. Though I expect we'll see these guys rout near any moment. Gobbo Great Shaman here. I'm going to try and route it. There we go. Kind of mopped up that fight with the archers. That should get a chain route well underway. Alright, there we go. Dimitri says, I've definitely been enjoying your series, the Seleucid series. I'm on like episode 19, trying to catch up. Yeah, there's a lot of episodes. I've cranked out a ton of content on that one. I think we've got over 30 hours of video in that playlist. So yeah, there is a lot of content out there for that one, but it is a lot of fun. Whatever happened to the Shogun 2 campaigns and Fall of the Samurai? I did a Shogun 2 campaign not long ago, Modern Praxis. We just finished a Tomo campaign. And bad pun intended, we became the Shogun, gun being the emphasis there. I actually did not lose any units, which is pretty amazing. So I'm going to do this replenish thing, because I need all the replenishment I can get. Unfortunately, though, they just surrounded me. They didn't, like, fight me during the turn-in, so I... You know, they kind of left my boys hurting there. But we did manage to get enough loot off of all of them. That's still a good thing. And I got some replenishment done. I'm not terribly worried about WAAGH actually being able to get into Black Crag at the moment. But I need to defeat WAAGH so that we can confederate him and be done with this war. The quicker we can kind of confederate and consolidate all the tribes out here, the better. Because then we can be at war with everyone else, and we'll have a lot of lords and armies to be able to do it with, which is going to be the important thing. If we're still fighting amongst other greenskins, then it's going to be very difficult for us to fight literally everybody else, which is what we're doing. So we definitely want to get that taken care of as quick as we can. I'm also making sure that with all my lords, I upgrade the that scrappy thing there to get better performance out of my orc infantry, because they're going to be a staple for us here early. And I'm going to try and do scrap upgrades too, like the reinforced weapons on these guys as best I can. We're getting a fair bit of scrap because we're doing a lot of fighting. Let's see what's going on up here. Attrition. So losing casualties from attrition would be good for sure. Scrap upgrade for pump wagons. Melee attack for goblins. Night Goblin, or speed for Night Goblins. Abuse them. Leadership for orc units, and then extra speed for infantry units, and then more weapon strength for orc infantry units now. That would be good, actually, so let's do that crackdown. Alright.
The tribe's ready.
So, I'm gonna need some forces to try and go defend Mount Gunbad. But I don't know if we'll get there in time, so it may not work. Fortunately for us, we've got quite a few teeth right now, and we're going to be doing okay. From 8 Peaks does not have good defenses, and we need to build better defenses here. So they do have good obedience and untainted. We can recruit good troops down there. Actually, we can recruit some pretty darn decent troops down here, so that's good to know. We can also get a hold of a Night Goblin Shaman, an Orc Shaman, and eventually we can get the Rogue Idol here, so that is pretty cool. This one gives us access to the Snotling Wagons, so there's some good recruit units down here. This building, I'm gonna cut this building and put in some like gates and stuff to try and make that settlement a lot more defensible. Black Crag, you can't put that in, but it comes with a good defense. So it is definitely a lot easier to handle. Grimgore picked up another skill point, so let's take care of that one. Let's see where he's at. Okay, he can now get Iron Hard, which is going to help the replenishment rate for Lords in the Lord's army. Like, there's only one Lord per army, am I right? Or does it, I don't know, it doesn't say and heroes. Whatever, we're going to get Lightning Strike here soon, which is definitely what we want. We can get Scavenge here, so we always want to pick up more loot after a fight because Greenskins rely heavily on that for their income. So we definitely need it. Alright. Well, we got some good scrapping in on that turn. I might go ahead and... No, I'm going to save the scrap just in case I need it for some... Oh, gosh.
So I can shove the words right back down your...
I just hope he doesn't have a lot of dragons. He wants to join the war. Let me make you a counteroffer, okay? The counteroffer is that I'm going to declare war. How do you like that, Emmerich?
You dare approach me.
I can't do this, WAAGH. That's not gonna happen. You might as well just carry out your attack. I love that Emmerich's like, hey, I'd like to join your war, and hey, let me make you a counteroffer. I'm gonna declare war. Oh boy, we got problems at Karak 8 Peaks. As soon as I tore down that building and went to go make a bigger garrison, we got attacked by the Skaven.
Bad idea.
Oh man, what a mess. What a mess. We're gonna need to take Barag Dawasbag. We've got to go get the capital of the Bloody Hands or defeat the Great Green Prophet very quickly here. I'm gonna loot and occupy. Yeah, let's loot and occupy, because I don't know how well we're gonna be holding these settlements here. So I'll take the loot. It's gonna be difficult to hold these settlements, actually. Demolish that. That building doesn't really belong there either. Can fix that, okay. So we picked up a fair bit of loot. Grimgore's going to get yet another skill point. So Lightning Strike is now available. That is really going to be important for us. I forgot to go check for people to declare war on in the last turn. Emmerich came to us, though, so it looks like we're good. Declare WAAGH, not love. That's right. See, Steven, you get it. It's WAAGH, not love. It's the green skin way. It's just how we roll. Damage walls. That could be handy if we want to avoid a siege. But being a baby, get in here and fight. How many more turns until we run out of supplies? 5 turns. I'm going to keep an eye on the supplies there. I'm going to swap this army over. We've got a lot of cash right now. We need to get some troops into this army. And I might use some... We definitely want the pump wagons. We need a lot of troops here. We need a lot of troops. So let's throw in some infantry, and then I'm gonna queue up some snotling wagons in the global queue. Yeah, we're gonna need some stuff to pummel through armor since we're going up against the Dawi, and we've got enough cash at the moment. Cash is not the issue. This army is really gonna be needed down at Karak 8 Peaks in a hurry.
This magic is real. Fine.
So I'm gonna have to scooch down there and help relieve Karak 8 Peaks. Oh man, I really need defenses here. But I also need the recruiting. Like, I'm in a rough spot there. There's not a good answer for me at the moment. We could upgrade Karak Drawn, or I could... I'm gonna sit on the population growth at Karak Drawn and save it for Black Crag. Oh man, this is gonna be so crazy. We're just gonna be fighting like stack after stack after stack after stack of troops here. It's gonna be absolutely nuts. Right, it says we're gonna lose. I tend to disagree. I don't possibly see how, outside of a giant foot of Gork, these guys can really stop me. There's no way Savage Orcs and Goblins are gonna be cutting through 3 Black Orcs and 2 Biggins. It just isn't gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Thanks for the subscribe. Didn't pop up in chat telling me the name. It got up on my notification, but I didn't... Okay, there it is. It's Operator. Thanks for subscribing, Operator. Right, they've got towers.
I'm the boss.
So I want to position some Black Orcs to meet these towers. I'll put some Biggins here. Their giant is going to try and break through our gates right here. So I'll have a welcoming committee waiting on him as well. Let's position these right here because it'll turn that tower on. So now we should have good coverage on the towers. Trying to put my catapult right there where it can get some kills. Then our boss, I'll just kind of keep him down here at a safe spot. We've got some trolls and cavalry. Just gonna put the trolls here. Actually, I may put more units on the walls. I'm gonna just kind of do that with my troops for now. I think we're good. I think we've got this defense. Appius, thanks for joining us tonight. Got good towers here. Yeah, that giant is going to take a lot of archer fire on the way in, and I'm very much looking forward to that. So, while we're in a siege battle, what do you all think of the new siege mechanics that they announced for Warhammer 3? Are you excited? Do you think it's going to be a good enough fix? Do you think they're still missing something? What did you think of the new siege battle? Larger maps, there's going to be the ability with the supply currency for the defender to create more bottle points. There's more places on the map for the player to set up ambushes and other such maneuvers, so you all let me know what you think of it. I think it's a good start. We'll see whether it pans out to be like truly amazing, but I think it's a good start. All of your arrows should be hitting that giant. And even after I told them to shoot at the giant, they didn't. Fantastic. Alright, well, I guess just forget the giant and at least kill the archers. We'll kill the giant on his way in. Like that. We kill the giant, that should put us in a pretty solid position. Alright, Savage Orcs are on the wall. Put these archers over here and get some pot shots. Big guns. In fact, I don't even think we need these big guns down here. We're getting walls assaulted over here. Let's pull these archers down. Our big guns go up there and help. And I'm going to throw my Let's say Goblin Big Boss, yeah. Actually, that's an Orc Big Gun unit. I'm not going to throw him up there. We're doing great in the infantry fight, and we should be. Our Black Orcs are just better. Like, hashtag better. Let me take some of those guys out, please. Alright, their Goblins are getting shredded over here. I'm a little worried about this fight. It's not going ideal for me. They just got a WAAGH. Mine isn't got here yet, unfortunately. But very soon. There we go. Alright, I'm going to counter WAAGH. Alright, their lord is crawling up ladders here, so that's frustrating. I'm going to back up with my arrow boys. They come down off those walls, I'll have to charge them with my cavalry. But I'm also, the gates are going to be broken soon, and I'm going to need my cavalry to help counter that giant. Taking a lot of damage right up here, too. But many of the fights up here are going extremely well for me. Black Orcs are absolutely... Oh, gosh. It's a good thing that doesn't do good damage against armor. WAAGH actually hurt his own troops more than he did me, I think, right there. Alright, the giant just got in. Let's let him get in here a little bit farther so I can really bottle him up. It's already taken archer fire. Alright, now I'm going to countercharge him and just really swamp him. And kill him fast. That should really help the power bar a lot. Got these troops free, so I'm going to head across the wall. Oh yeah, that giant is dying fast. He is dying real fast. Alright, they did get some troops down from the wall, so as soon as we kill the giant, I need my boar boys to come over here and meet these savage orcs who are trying to break through. Black orcs over here are absolutely shredding. They're on a roll. And WAAGH is soon going to have to be facing those black orcs. And then he'll die, and this will give us the Confederation that we have been waiting for. And although it may not be in the way that we want it to settle the WAAGH, it should settle the WAAGH if we confederate him. Alright, so we are going to hold. Black Crag is going to put up a defense here. One worthy of the WAAGH. Oh man, yeah, look at WAAGH. He can't dance his way out of this one. He's getting owned. He's using Ed Butt again. And despite it looking cool, I'm not going to do a whole lot. He's using the effigy to get over here on my Black Orcs, but there goes WAAGH. We just popped another WAAGH. And Black Crag is going to hold. So WAAGH defeated. It's in the battle. Alright, Appius is starting another heist. You may have to put a number of points after it there, Appius. I don't know if it'll kick it off unless you put exclamation point heist and then a space and then how many salt pennies you're going in with. Appius says he's not convinced of the siege changes. Still looks like a linear map, not an actual city siege. That's true. They haven't made everything like a full city map, so that could be. Marcus says better sieges is a big step. Hopefully they bring back 360 sieges, so Marcus tends to agree apparently with Appius. Artillery on the walls. They do need a way to put artillery on the walls. I agree. Ain't No Meaning says minor settlement improvements are the most interesting to me. Some of my favorite battles were defenses of minor settlements. Let's see. Warner Spec says, yeah, as long as towers retain infinite range, properly carried sieges won't be a thing. Yeah, infinite range probably needs to go away. Let's see. Senshi says yes, like the French hilltop forts in medieval Two Kingdoms. Yeah, there definitely needs to be some changes. Alright, so it looks like people are joining in another heist. So if y'all want to go on another Javelin Day celebration, now's your time to join. I think I'm gonna... Actually, I'm gonna take the replenishment, just in case there's like a Skaven army or something else sitting right behind this. Take the replenishment. That should... We defeated him, but we didn't... His army got away. Dadgummit. I don't know if we get the opportunity to confederate him or not. We'll find out at the turn end. I can't remember exactly how it works. Yeah, no, I can't do peace treaties. Chaos stirs. Raiding, yes! Alright. Province secured. And we should still secede in our WAAGH because we now own the province. And we have a ton of money, and we have new armies available to us. We've got a lot to look at, so we've now got control of WAAGH. Oh yeah, this is exciting. This be exciting. Now, WAAGH is pretty thrashed. He actually doesn't have any movement points on this turn because we just confederated him, so I'm gonna have to come in here. I'm gonna respec him. It's a mod I'm using where I can choose how I want to spec him out rather than keep what the awful AI did to him. Proof power recharge. We definitely want Foot of Gork and upgraded Foot, and then we probably want Brain Bursta for the low armor units. So we'll get WAAGH a good start. He's got a Gobbo Big Boss with him. Damage walls will be fine. I said we were making good cash. It's still good enough. Like, he had a whole bunch of, like, kind of crap armies here. We're probably gonna have to declare war on a lot more people now because we confederated and now we have vision on a lot more folks, so oh boy.
Welcome, stranger.
Yeah, welcome.
Start talking.
How about a WAAGH? WAAGH? You get a WAAGH. You get a WAAGH. Everyone gets a WAAGH.
Who needs stabbing?
They all need stabbing, my friend. They all need stabbing.
I suppose I might help.
Yeah, you should help. Kinda need it. Oh boy, we got a lot of stuff going on here. We need some defenses in Ekrund. That building doesn't belong there. That building doesn't belong there. The defense is here. Go ahead and improve the port. All right. What's the Javelin Day thing doing? Does it seem like it's working, or does it seem like it's like not all the way working? I haven't gotten a chance to watch it all the way through because I still need to tinker with the settings, possibly. So let me know what's going on with it. Needs a conclusion? I thought I put one in. Huh. I'll double check it. Let me take a look here real quick. General heist. Messages. Says it has a conclusion. On victory, on defeat. What it means, so when you all got the message, did you all get the message? Let's see. Let me see what message you got. It's actually kind of out of order. It's delivering them out of order for some reason. The second message it gave you all was some of the group managed to receive, or give more than receive. It means some of you won, and some of you lost. You'll have to check your salt pennies. I guess it doesn't like go through the individual awards afterwards. That third message it gave should have been in the middle, so I don't know why it has them out of order, but basically that means it was a partial victory. Some of you survived the celebration, some of you did not.
Boss of them Night Goblins.
I believe that's how I am to interpret it. Yeah, we cannot build a garrison building at Blackcrag, and that's okay. There's a lot we can build here, though. And from a recruiting standpoint, we probably want more. We definitely want Pile of Teeth everywhere, which we have. Start trying to put defenses in some of these places. I'm short of cash, which means we need to be punching someone in the face.
I ain't doing that.
Do you take me for a WAAGH?
Do I take you for a WAAGH? I don't know. Like, maybe. Headed to an ambush with Grimgor here, see if we can get another fight started. Oh gosh! Outgunned bad. We barely knew thee. It's about to be besieged. We're gonna need to get up there quick because it has a really terrible garrison. I'm gonna just go ahead and grab some skulkers because they have AP. At the end of this turn, I'll head up to try and go defend Mount Gunbad. We'll relieve the siege at Karak 8 Peaks on the next turn. We got some more scrap, so I'm gonna continue upgrading some of the boys here. And we can give an obedience thing here. Let's go ahead and a little bit more scrap upgrade here. All right. So Appius, you got killed in the in your first Javelin Day celebration. I mean, it happens to a lot of people, right? Dang it, they're gonna assault Karak 8 Peats before I can get there, and the garrison hadn't even been fully replenished. Dadgummit, the Skaven just tore it down. What a nuisance. Alright, well, it looks like the Border Princes just fell into Grimgor's ambush. What a bunch of chumps. Nice job, Heinz. Alright, so Crappius is gonna get... Oh, the looks like Cazador Dragonslayer was trying to move underground past Crappius to Spider Git here, so we're gonna take this opportunity to crush these guys. They have a bunch of annoying artillery, but they don't really have enough troops. So let's fight this. See if we can win. Oh my gosh, so many battles. Senshi says Heinz, 57 pieces. You know, Grimgor probably did make some type of flavored sauce out of what was left of him after the whole thing was done. We need to get Grom in here, you know, so he could have made some Heinz sauce out of him. Grom would have known just what to do.
We had a great time.
All right. Go ahead and fast forward because we're gonna have to walk all the way over here. Try and rest partway through. Gonna take forever. Appius, man. Losing the salt pennies like crazy. Speaking of, do you all know who has the most salt pennies? I think it's well over 1 million. It's like 1.4 million salt pennies or something like that. Take your guess who it is. See if you all know which person has the most salt pennies. I looked at it earlier just to see who was the wealthiest. I knew you all would guess Nikki, but it actually is not Nikki. I don't know if Nikki maybe had a bad run-in with the casino when we weren't watching, but it is not Nikki. Nor is it Regina. So Clone Trooper Wheeler by far has the most salt pennies. I think the closest person's like over 500,000 away. So Clone Trooper Wheeler, he's got all the monies. I would have thought Nikki. Like, I would have guessed Nikki. Look at them dwarves stinking up the cave. Exactly, Wicked. Thanks for dropping by, Wicked. It's awesome to have you and Warner and Appius, everybody here. In case you all don't know it, I have like the world's best moderators. If you're not a part of the Discord, you should be. Part of the reason the Discord is so awesome is because of those awesome moderators. I don't know what I did. I deserved to get these guys to help start up a Discord for me, but they did, and I absolutely freaking love it. It's not Nikki, it must be rigged. Like I said, I would have guessed it was Nikki too. Like, that was the obvious guess. Stinky stealing. Guess clone troopers had better aim than stormtroopers. Yeah. It probably had a lot to do because one of the ways you can earn salt pennies is through donations, and clone trooper was like throwing his bank account at me, so he probably got a lot of salt pennies from that. He is a fine fellow, that clone trooper. If I had to fight and die in the Clone Wars, it would be next to him. There we go. Wiped out the Dawi. We did not lose any units like the auto-resolve said we would. I know, big surprise. Are you saying there's a real-world value to salt pennies? I wish, Appius. If I could make salt pennies worth something, that would be fun. No, Clone Trooper was just like giving me big donations, and so he gets salt pennies anytime he makes a donation. I put some reward for in salt pennies for someone when they make a donation or subscribe or other stuff like that. But if we decide to create our own crypto coin, at least we know where to start. Alright, so we killed Cazador. Emmerich is not far behind him. Mount Gunbad is under siege. There's a whole other army. There are so many armies coming after us. Is there any possible way we could dig ourselves out of this? Like, is this possible? Has anybody done This Is Total War campaign and, like, won it? Oh my gosh, the amount of fighting is absolutely mad. Woo!
Your conquests strike fear into the heart.
I wish we struck fear into people. We've literally got the whole world knocking at our doorstep ready to kill us.
Let's take what should be ours.
I love it.
Let's do it.
That is beneath.
Emmerich does have a dragon. At least one. Looks like it's a sun dragon. I'm gonna get WAAGH into the settlement. Holy crap. Boys, we got a fight going here.
I'm special. Nasty magic's ready.
Legend's the only one I've seen. Oh, I'm sure he's done it. That guy's played so much campaign. I would be shocked if he hasn't done it. I'm gonna actually enter an ambush stance here, see if we can catch anybody on the next turn. I'm trying to just push. Oh crap, there's another High Elf army right behind that one. Whoa, man, it's about to get ugly. Oh boy, it's gonna get ugly. Something tells me the Forest of Gloom... No, it's not near as many gets as I thought it would be.
Boss of them Night Goblins.
Golly, this is such a mess. Like, how do I even begin to deal with all of this? Whoa, this is gonna be rough. Let's go ahead and snag the moon. How come my income like keeps going all over the place too? And I'm gonna get up here and maybe be able to get to Mount Gunbad in time. I don't know. I mean, the only way we're gonna win is to just keep attacking, right? There's no way we can turtle up and hope to win here, right? We're gonna be getting attacked by so many people. And we're never allowed to make peace. So I want the spider really bad. Actually, let's start with melee defense. So I kind of want to just go attack the Forest of Gloom and win and get rid of these guys. That'll be a faction out of the way. Auto Resolve says we'll win it, but it's going to... It won't even take any units from us. But it says we're going to take medium casualties. I mean, I feel like we really shouldn't take that many casualties. All their units are really bad. We could also lightning strike and then take low casualties. Let's do that so we can just get through this quicker. We want to loot and occupy. That's gonna push back their other army. We have really bad replenishment here right now. Some obedience, some growth and replenishment. Grimgore levels up. Outclevering, so ambush, success, upkeep for all units, and then really green. I'm not really worried about upkeep for all units. Trolls, giant, rogue idol, arachnaroks. Chariots, pump wagons, missile cavalry, melee cavalry, goblins. I need at least 6 skill points in this so we can go up here and get the really good upgrades. That's all orc infantry, so our black orcs are covered. That one's for artillery. I mean, we'll probably have these big monsters in our army eventually. So I feel like that would be a good one. Let's see what kind of... A constant ward save on self. Active if an enemy lord or hero is in the presence of the ability range. He gets damage resistance and extra melee defense. That's pretty awesome. Make him really good at dealing. Let's go ahead and do that. Senshi Bat. He went on a heist all by himself? So Senshi Bat managed to make it through the Javelin Day celebration. That's impressive. Not many people have lived through that at this point. Alaska Ambush says, Air, will you play Age of Empires 4? Yep, I've already made some videos on it. Did a stream on it last week. I'm going to keep making some videos on it for the foreseeable future. So yeah, keep your eyes out. I'm gonna just recruit these regiments of renown into this army. Piercing weapon. Wow, 5 armor piercing weapon damage. How much do they have right now? Strength. That's some pretty good AP. 12 AP on goblins? Cost 20 scrap, but that'd be worth it. That's right, Pilgrim. It's the WAAGH. Bonus versus large. I mean, we don't really need to... Oh, man. This is such a mess. And I'll bet there's even more... Yeah, I have to declare war on even more people now. This is such a mess. It just feels so wrong. Like, it kind of feels right because I'm playing greenskins and you want to fight everybody, but it's like... You're just... Oh my gosh. It's just gonna get worse and worse as the map expands. I mean, the best thing we can do is just, I guess, kind of like focus and exterminate people so that we have less enemies. So I guess like getting rid of this faction, at least that's one less enemy on the list. Oh my goodness, what a mess. What an absolute mess. None of these places have any defense that's worth writing home about. So I gotta be careful with this army. I could send it to Ekrund to help defend Ekrund. Those are not in the right place, but I might need a place to recruit from at the moment. Oh my goodness, this is such a mess. I don't even know where to go with this army. Probably might as well recruit some more forces into it. I mean, we're not going to win any fights like we are. Another Skulker. We could do 2 Skulkers and then the rest there. So maybe I can get enough troops in that army that it'll be able to withhold or withstand a little bit of Dawi pushback.
Here we go.
This pushback we shall have. Got all these lords here. Alright, scrappiest despite a get. Let's give him the looter trait here. Alright. We could use more cash. It's gonna be a big investment, but could use the teeth. Take it easy for a turn. I need to keep a little bit of extra money. Alright, Emmerich has arrived and laid siege. WAAGH is there, plus the garrison should be healthy. So I'm pretty sure we can beat Emmerich back on the next turn. That would give us a bunch of cash. These guys are going to do their suicide attack here. I'm simply going to auto-resolve this so that we can continue to replenish. And I'm going to do the replenishment as well. I want as many troops back as possible because we all know there's not going to be any stopping to the fighting. Foiled settlement besieged. Now we finished some research. That's going to help all my orc infantry. Casualty replenishment and physical resistance for goblins. Now that could be really good, actually. Some good tech here. This is total WAAGH. Indeed it is. And there's probably even more WAAGHs. Like every turn we're probably running into more factions we gotta declare WAAGH on. This is so annoying. Are you working with the Dawi? Like what the heck's going on? And I hope we get some units out of this WAAGH that we do. A little bit of extra scrap. I'm going to go ahead and apply some scrap to this army. They're about to be in the thick of it. Alright, there we go. This army's going to need all the help it can get. Reload time reduction. See that too. Alright, so we're applying all the scrap upgrades we can. Replenishment rate is just really bad in the forest. I'm gonna swing over here. I wonder if we can raise Akendorf, like if I can get Grimgor replenished. Anything that speeds up the replenishment of his troops. Not unless we get all the way over here. Actually, that doesn't even do it. Bring presence. We can do Fear and Terror on Grimgor. That's pretty good. Bonus versus Large for Orc Biggins. Leadership for Orc Biggins. Savage Orcs. Opposing presence. Vitamin Shrooms. Armor Piercing Weapons damage for Black Orcs. An extra charge. I mean, all of this will definitely help Grimgor be a pretty imposing presence on the battlefield. Which is good. I wish some of them maybe had more of a buff for the total army. Unfortunately, it does not.
Gobbo War Boss!
Okay, this Goblin War Boss has a pretty substantial army at this point. One that Barak Var at least has to respect, if nothing else. Alright, let's get Emmerich off of our case. So we're up against at least one dragon. There's an Archmage here too. Charge bonus plus 25. Let's put that on the Squig Hoppers, I guess. Our garrison's gonna be with us, and it's gonna be a very powerful garrison. It's predicting a valiant defeat, and I just don't get that. Like, that does not make any sense whatsoever. I mean, High Elf Spearmen are okay on defense, but, yeah, no. Like, we're not losing this. Zero, thanks for dropping by. Appreciate you being here. Alaskan Ambush says, Air, do you think there is enough content for Age of Empires 4 at the moment to justify $60, or should we wait? It depends. Like, if you're gonna be playing multiplayer in it every day, like a whole bunch, it's probably worth $60. There's several campaigns on it. If you really enjoy playing single-player campaign in Age of Empires, and I like it, but it's not that good. You know, like, it's not anything unique to Age of Empires 4, right? The campaigns in Age of Empires are fun, but they've never just been like, oh, I can't wait to play that. You know what I mean? In fact, the campaigns in Age of Empires 4 are probably better than we've seen them before. They have really cool cutscenes that open up and stuff. Like, I mean, it's really neat. It's just a personal preference. I'm going to tell you all right now, right? It depends on who you are. I have $60. $60 not going to hurt me. I bought the game. You know, I have fun with it. I don't regret buying the game. However, like, if I was saying, is it worth $60? I don't think it's worth it yet. I would wait for the game to go on sale. It is a fun game. It is a good game. If you get it, I think you're going to have fun with it. But for whatever reason, like, I'll give you a comparison point. I got Metroid Dread recently. Totally different type of game, I get it. But I got Metroid Dread. I have already played Metroid Dread. I've played it 4 times. I'm trying to start a 5th time. I love that game. I paid full price for it because it's Nintendo, and you always pay full price for a Nintendo game. I don't even know if they do sales. But in any case, yeah, I paid full price for it, but it's totally worth it. I played the crap out of that game. My boys like watching me play the game. I have had so much fun with it. The movement is beautiful. The game is just super fun to play. Like, I had a good time learning it. It felt rewarding, right? So that game, I would be like, yeah, you know what? If you're into these type of games, that one's worth it. You know what I mean? Like, I would easily be able to say, yeah, that game is worth it. I'm just not there yet with Age of Empires 4, and that could just be a personal thing, so I don't want... That's why I'm saying, like, you probably need to make that decision. So, like, do I regret having bought the game? No, I don't. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. But do I think it's, like, $60 wonderful right now? No, I mean, there's better games out there for $60. But it's a good game. It's a good game. I just think there's better games out there for $60. So I don't think Relic done screwed up or made a big flop or anything else like that. I just think there's better games out there for $60. So hopefully that's a good explanation for you. Oh man, Metroid Dread is fun. Like, if you ever played any of the old Metroid games, it's a true classic style Metroid game, right? It's definitely a classic style one. Like, it's a 2D, you know, it has some 3D graphics in it, but it's a 2D action adventure game. It is fun. It is beautifully designed. I mean, the movement is just killer. Like, there is some excellent movement. The skill, like the reward for learning how to play the game with more skill is really good. Like, the more you learn about the game, like, the more awesome things you can do with all the different movements and abilities that you get. It is a very fun, rewarding game, and you'll play it. It's a hard game. Like, when you play it the first time, you'll probably be like, holy crap, that game's hard. And then after you beat it, it opens up hard mode, and you're going to be like, wait, what? You're like, that wasn't the hard mode? And you're going to find yourself wondering, like, oh my gosh, like, what happens in this game? Like, what is hard mode? And then hard mode has you, like, in tears sometimes. But the cool thing about hard mode is it is hard. And the game punishes you for not learning the right skills in-game. And it's really cool because by the time you beat the game on hard, which I did, it took me some time, but by the time I beat the game on hard, like, it was awesome. It felt very rewarding. I was like, I did that. You know what I mean? It's like, I did that. I beat that. This is gonna really hurt some of my own troops, but I don't really care. Oh, actually, we can use Brain Burst. It'll be a little safer here. I want to use Foot of Gork, but it's gonna do a lot of damage to my own troops. I need to use Effigy to get on Sun Dragon. I'm gonna tempt that. Alright, so Brain Burst to clean that up. But yeah, Metroid Dread, if you have a Nintendo Switch and you have the money, I think Metroid Dread is excellent. If that game ever goes on sale, it is definitely worth it on sale, but to me, that game was worth every penny. Like I said, I've already played it multiple times. But yeah, is Age of Empires 4, as I said, good game. Good game. I'm not sure that it's $60 great, but it is a good game. And Relic did a good job with it. I enjoy it. And I think it's a well-made game. But I think it could do more in terms of helping you get that value out of the price tag. And maybe it will be there more by the time there's more DLC. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Personally, I don't know if it really needs a bunch of DLC. Like, it's fun the way it is. I think it would probably just benefit from a small price drop, but I can't ask the developer or anybody to do that. They spend all the time developing it, and they need to make their money, so I mean, it is what it is, right? I understand why they're charging $60. Development in the current day and age is not cheap. It is not cheap. Oh gosh, Embrick's trying to kill us. I don't know why he didn't go after. I don't know why he didn't go after WAAGH. We don't have another effigy to get yet. All right, I'm gonna try and get out of here. So we can go finish this. Need to get these troops out. No, Emric! Don't go after my snotling wagons. They're precious to me. I'm trying to whittle through some of these High Elf units. They got a White Lion here. Let's go kill those archers. Emric is going after my catapults, I guess? I'm gonna try and kill Emric. I'm trying to keep WAAGH over here so that when that next effigy to get is ready, we can unleash it on Emric. Our Goblin Big Boss over here is getting kind of shreked. Our Black Orcs are owning. It just takes a long time to kill the High Elf units because they have very high melee defense. Emric is healing. He didn't have this many hit points earlier. He definitely has something that's healing him. He used something that gave him some healing. What is this? Star Lance didn't do... Yeah, right here. He's got the armor of Calidor. Effigy to get on him, and that should put him out of commission. Ed butt right there. There we go. Alright, so we will defeat Emric here. I'm gonna kill him. Oh, he's gonna get away. How annoying. Alright, whatever. We still defeated him, so whatever ability he has should pass to WAAGH. We should get some nice cash from winning that fight, and then it frees up the siege on Black Crag. And of course weakens Emric's faction. Hopefully he'll get attacked by Skaven or something. Whenever these other factions eat each other, it's going to help us with this Total WAAGH campaign as well. Because as they take each other out, there's less of them against me. So... oh, jeez. Alright, Fuzzy Wuzzy is here. And he has your dad jokes for the night. I hope you all are ready for this. He says, Air, being single sucks. I tried to ask a blind girl out, but she said no. She said she couldn't see us working out. Jeez. Oh, man. Definitely don't use that joke if you're trying to get someone interested in you. It probably won't go well. I mean, unless they're into dad jokes, which I am. You know, it would work for me. But, you know, I just can't guarantee that everybody appreciates a fine dad joke as much as I do. Well done, Fuzzy. Well done. We definitely want to get to Arcane Conduit as quick as we can. A War Boar would be very helpful, even though he can't dance with it. I will agree with Wicked there. He says being single is better than being with someone who isn't 100% into you. You do need to find someone who really appreciates you. Now, I will say this. Not everybody is going to find this person who's like just this perfect match for you. You're probably still going to butt heads, but I think what Wicked says is true. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to be in like perfect alignment and do all the same things. Like Mrs. Aaron and I don't do the same things, but she's definitely 100% into me, and I'm 100% into her, and it's always been that way. And I could tell from a very early time, spending time with her, that it was going to be that way, which was great. So I always loved it. I don't know what happened to our movement points here. Did we get hit by an agent? Or no, we just already moved this turn. Okay, yeah, never mind. We already moved that turn. But yeah, anyway, it's yeah, you should definitely, don't get all worried about, having a date just for the sake of having a date if someone's not, appreciating you or, treating you right, that kind of stuff. It'll just end up causing you more mental harm than it does any good. Alright, the Skaven ran off. I'm going to resettle Karak 8 Peaks. No, they took it over. Never mind. It says medium casualties, but none of my units are going to be dead. So I'll take it. I really don't want to play any sieges against the Skaven. I hate all the Warp Lightning. It is just egregious. It is egregious. You know what the crazy thing Wicked said, he's talking about having time. You do have time. Here's the funny thing, is like I felt completely like hopeless. It's like about finding someone. I felt totally hopeless. And then, like, literally, all of a sudden I meet Mrs. Air. Of course, she wasn't Mrs. Air at the time. But I could just tell that we had connected. And I could tell she thought the same thing. And it's funny because literally 2 weeks into dating, we knew we were going to get married. Now, we didn't end up getting married until, like, it was probably, like, about 9 months later, roughly. But, I mean, we knew. And it was just that easy for us. It's not going to be that way with everybody. But it's funny because she and I, what's the right word? We're very pragmatic, very practical. Like, we don't need a lot of pomp and circumstance in our relationship to feel like that it is what it is.
Fine.
Meaning, like, we don't have to have, fancy dates with each other or anything else like that to feel happy about. How come I can't build these? Okay, there we go. Never mind. Yeah, we don't have to have all that stuff to feel like we're happy. And so, she and I just early on, like, we just knew, and we told each other, and it was great because we knew where it was going, and that was it. And we ended up getting married later that year. Like, we started dating in like late March or early April, and we got married in October. Late October. It was that easy. And it was funny because, like I said, I went from being totally hopeless, like a week or two before meeting her, into feeling like I had perfection, like everything that I had wanted, all within the space of a couple weeks. Like, went from like one end of the spectrum all the way to the other. So what I'm saying is, like, don't ever get feeling too hopeless. You never know when things are about to happen. Life can surprise you, and hopefully in a good way many times. And it did for me. Like, it was a great surprise. It was really fantastic. Yeah, Blue Space says it's quick, but when you know exactly. That was the thing. Like, it was quick, but we knew. And, and personally for me, like, if I'm asking someone to marry me, this is me. You have to do what's right, for yourself, right? This is not generalized advice I'm saying that everybody has to follow. But when I was going to get married, like, I wasn't going to ask her to marry me if I wasn't going to 100% commit to it. Like, so if I committed to it and I was struggling and it was really hard a year later, there's no going back for me. I'm in. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. I'm in. And so that's the way I was going to do marriage. And but I was also like so confident that I wasn't worried about it at all. But I had made that commitment to myself. That's like, hey, I asked her to do this. She said yes. And I will do what I have to do to make it work. You know what I mean? Like, that was the mindset that I had. Was you know, I asked her, she said yes. She's putting everything on the line, so I'm putting everything on the line. Like, I'll do whatever it takes. And it's been worth it. It has been absolutely fantastic. Mrs. Eyre has been a godsend. I am very, very fortunate. Very fortunate. It's like, for instance, we just had our 9th anniversary. We just had our 9th anniversary the other day, and people were like, oh, what'd you go do? We didn't go do anything. We didn't get each other any presents or anything. And people would be like, gosh, Eyre, that's terrible. No, we just talked to each other about it. And she's like, I want to go do something. She's like, but I don't know what yet. And I was the same way. It's like, yeah, me too. I want to go do something, but I don't know what. And then as far as presents go, like, I mean, she doesn't need to give me a present. I'm lucky. I mean, I got this great gaming computer I can play games on. I mean, I got my family here. I get to go ride my mountain bike. You know, I get to go fishing. I don't need any presents, right? There's nothing I need. There's like not any material thing that she needs to go waste money on. I'd rather just spend time with her, and we just haven't had time to go do something yet. So we're trying to figure out like what it is we want to go do. That way we can go celebrate it and have fun. But it's kind of funny because if anybody, you know, like if I told anybody I didn't get my wife anything for anniversary, they'd be like, what? Did she throw you on the couch? Are you dead? And it's like, no, actually, it's kind of a mutual thing. We just didn't get anything for each other because, yeah, I guess we just feel like it's a waste of time. But, you know, obviously everybody's different. Everybody's different. Everybody needs different things in life. And the person that you're with, you would need to know them. They would know you. You would know what's expected, right? That kind of stuff. So Mrs. Eyre and I just have that much understanding with each other in the sense that, has she ever given me the gift of salt? No. But she has given me some awesome gifts. But we're kind of to that point where we've been married for a long time. And I do get her, you know, like gifts and stuff for Christmas, usually something small. But we don't really have a whole lot of fun out of like buying each other little gifts. We would have more fun just saving the money and then going somewhere together. Like, I don't know, go out to eat. Go stay the night somewhere, catch a show, something like that. I just like spending time with her. Go out on we'll ride our mountain bikes together. Like that kind of stuff. I would have way more fun doing any of those, basically. And you can do both. Like, I mean, I'm not Mr. Moneybags. I'm not like Scrooge McDuck swimming in a vault full of money, but I have a good job. I could do both. We could get each other presents and go somewhere. I just don't feel like wasting the money on it. It doesn't do that for us, right? So there was no need for us to. But like I said, everybody's different. And it's okay to be different. You don't have to be like me. Your relationship doesn't have to be like mine. So I know that's one thing I hear from a lot of people to be like, oh, my relationship's not like that. Ergo, my relationship can't be right. That's not true. Relationships are different because people are different. And so just because you see someone who has a different type of relationship than you, doesn't mean that yours is bad or wrong. You have to decide, you know, what's right for you, what you expect, what you need to have. T-Rex Rex, I live in Arkansas. Great natural state. Alaskan Ambush says, I get that. My family believes you have to give gifts every holiday. It results in people giving me gifts I don't want or need. I appreciate the thought. Yeah, I mean, that exactly. Like for instance, you know, I don't expect anybody in my family to get me anything for Christmas. Like, I can go through Christmas Day and not get a present. I'm totally fine. Doesn't bother me in the least. Some people might bother them. Not because they're like a horrible materialist or something like that, but, you know, a present or something like that may be the little bit of something they need, you know what I mean? Like, it may help them feel that little bit of, you know, need. Makes them feel wanted. And it may be very important to them, you know what I mean? Like, so I think there's a time and a place for that type of stuff. I like to get gifts for my kids, and for the other kids in the family, because you know what? Kids love that. They really appreciate it. You can get them anything. Like some little box of Lego, or like, you know, make them some little thing, and they love it. It is like the greatest thing that's ever happened to them. You know, it's like, so your time and effort is definitely not wasted on kids, because they absolutely love everything you do for them. At least mine do. So, you know, like that's I have more fun with that. But yeah, I mean, it's just different for everybody. And like I said, different's not bad. You've got to decide what's right for you. People can't do it for you. And you won't always be right about what's right for you. But that's okay too. That's part of a learning process. That happens to us all. I've been wrong multiple times when I thought I knew what I needed. Jonas Nee says, I remember the Christmas where I opened 10 boxes of socks and underwear. It was not fun. Man, when I was a kid, that would have made me so mad. I hated getting clothes for Christmas when I was a kid. And now I look back on it and I just feel so bad because my mom was kind enough, you know, to get us the clothes and stuff we needed, and I just didn't like it. I just wanted toys. Oh, man. Yeah, underwear and socks probably wouldn't be that exciting for me either, Jonas. I understand. That's why, generally speaking, just tell people, like, hey, I don't need anything. Don't get anything for me. You know, just want to come do something with me, we'll do that. But that's funny. Yeah, that's funny stuff. I'll tell you another funny story. So, like, I posted about it not long ago. I built a computer because I wanted to see whether or not I could buy computer parts, build a custom computer, and then sell it for a small profit, just to make it viable for me to get the enjoyment of being able to build computers, because I do enjoy it. But, you know, I can't just sit there and build 50 computers for myself. I'll be broke. So I was going to see, you know, like, how hard would it be for me to buy the stuff, build it, and then sell it on, say, like, the Facebook Marketplace. So I tried, and I kept getting all these idiot responses from people who just wanted to buy the graphics card because clearly they wanted to go scalp it on eBay, and like people were pestering me with these messages about just wanting to buy the graphics card and getting mad when I wouldn't let them just buy the graphics card, even though I specifically said I wasn't selling it. Like, so it ended up being an absolute just crapshoot, and I was really frustrated because I was like, man, I was like, now I got this computer. I want to get my money back out of it at least, right? Even if I don't make any profit, I just want my money back. And I was like, I don't want it to end up in the hands of one of these greasy scalpers or something like that. So that was frustrating. And I was really upset. And I wanted to find a way. Anyway, all of a sudden, I get a text message from my buddy who I used to work with. And he's like, hey, dude, you still got that computer? And I was like, yeah, why? He's like, because my cousin wants one really bad. And sure enough, his cousin was ready. His cousin was so excited because I was selling a computer. I was going to get to make a little bit of money. And it was still way cheaper than what he was able to buy. Like, so it was a great deal for him. I got to seal it. It felt great. Anyway, I had a couple parts left over because I had gotten some extra parts. And I was at an event the other day. We were doing like a little community get-together where we were trick-or-treating out of the back of our cars. And some of our neighbors were there, and their dad was telling me that they needed a new computer as a family, and their boys were hoping to be able to earn some money and get one, but they had no idea how to build one. They didn't know how to get the parts, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, man, I'd love to build a computer with them. And so we just worked out a little trade. I was like, hey, how about you have your boys come help me do some work on my property this winter? Like, 'cause I have to clear some weeds, cut some trees, and I'll build them a computer. I don't think they're going to be able to do enough work to actually pay back this whole computer, but I'm so excited for them because these boys are so excited to build a computer. They're teenagers. They like playing games. They want to learn how to code. They want to learn how to build a computer. They're really smart. And so, like, I'm going to lose some money, but it's, like, totally worth it for me. Like, it's totally worth it for me. I'm so excited to build the computer for these guys because I can't wait to see how much fun they have with it and what they get to do with it. So, I don't know, like, sometimes it just feels good. Like, I'm happy to lose the money just to get the experience, I guess. So, I guess I'd be a bad businessman, is the moral of the story. Air is a bad businessman, and it's probably a good thing that I work for a corporation rather than run my own business because I'd be broke. But because in the end, like for instance with the computer building, I think I was most excited that someone got the first computer that I knew was going to actually use it and enjoy it. And then on the second one, again, I know that someone is going to get it and they're going to actually appreciate it and, you know, put it to good use and not just be scalping parts and stuff like that. So it made me really happy to know that I'm going to be able to help these folks get something that they want and that they can put it to good use after that. So anyway, yeah. There's little rambling from Air about my outside of streaming life. I like building computers a lot. It's one of my favorite things to do. That's why I loved being sponsored by MSI. I wish I could get them back on. It's just, technically they haven't stopped sponsoring. It's just not like an active contract thing they're doing right now, and I just haven't done any computer building stuff on the channel because it's so hard to buy computer parts, but I love building computers. It is a ton of fun. Probably one of my favorite things to do, period. James, thanks for being here tonight. Budget says 2 more subscribers. Oh, they don't have to subscribe. I actually, like, a lot of the people around me, I guess, know that I do a YouTube channel because some of my friends and family have told them. I don't advertise it or really talk about it much. And, I don't know, it just feels weird, like that I'd just be bragging about it or something like that, and that's definitely not, you know, what I want to be doing. Yeah, they know, these guys know I stream, which is why they talk to me about the computer. I guess probably they weren't expecting me to just be like, oh, heck yeah, let's go build one right now. But yeah, that's what we are going to do. We're just going to go build it. I don't need this building here. Hey, Charles. Thanks for the 5. He says, thanks for the stream. Well, thank you, Charles. Appreciate the donation. Thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate everybody who's here. I love doing these streams. It's a great way for me to relax and have a good time with you all, and I love it. I don't always get to do it, but we get to do it a lot, and I absolutely love streaming. In fact, I mean, in some ways I'm kind of glad I'm not a full-time content creator because I never get burned out on making content since it's not full-time. It's always a fun thing for me. What I'm getting at here is that if I was going to be full-time, I would want to stream a lot. Because for me, it's like the funnest way to make content. I really like streaming.
War boss, innit?
I refuse.
I'm going to go... I need some cash. So I'm going to sack Ackendorf. Ooh, that is more troops than I wanted or expected here. But I'm going to continue the siege because I have all the WAAGH troops, at least for 7 more turns. Yeah, thanks, Charles. Appreciate it. Aaron says, we like your streams. Well, thank you. That is reward enough for me. Glad to know you all enjoy it. Very glad to know you all enjoy it.
Futile and insulting.
You know what's insulting? Your face, Emmerich. Iron Rock does not have a good garrison. I'm not convinced we can stop even Emmerich's small army here. I don't know if I can move all the way underground. I can. I can just go garrison Iron Rock real quick. Let's do that. Money is a little short. We need some cash. Best way to get some cash is going to be to sack some of our enemies' settlements. And I'm guessing this right over here is a Skaven settlement.
I'll move.
Yeah, I'm totally psyched to build the computer for these guys. They're gonna love it. It is gonna be sick. It's gonna be really awesome. Gonna have some nice lighting effects. It's gonna have great parts. It's gonna blow. Like, they have like an 8-year-old store-bought computer that they're running on. Like, this new computer is gonna absolutely blow the wheels off of what they have. It's gonna be so much fun. like I said, some of them are, the two of them, I know one of them is looking to get into robotics, like wants to learn how to program, do electronics. He's always taken apart electronics. So he's gonna love this. It's gonna be perfect for him. Learn how to build a PC. Be a great skill for him.
Where's the scrap?
And they're just an awesome family too. Their girls come babysit for us every now and then when Mrs. Air and I want to get out. Just a great family, so I'm super excited to do something nice for them. All right. Charles says if you want to build another, I'd be interested. Man, I would love to build, like, I can't build stuff for people for free because, yeah, again, I'm not Scrooge McDuck. I'm not sitting on all that money. Otherwise, I absolutely would. Just build stuff and send it to people for free. And some people might say, well, hey, man, I'd buy the parts if you just help me build it. I'd be willing to do that if it weren't so difficult and expensive to ship it. And I'm just so worried. Like, I've only shipped a computer one time. And it was because MSI was sponsoring a giveaway for me, which was awesome. Like, they sponsored a giveaway on my channel. I got to build a computer and give it away to one of my viewers. It was so exciting. I was excited for one of my viewers to pick up an awesome PC. And the computer got to him, and it was like all dinged up and bent and wasn't working. And I had to work with them to get some parts to fix it because FedEx had just ruined it on the delivery, like just absolutely ruined it. And that was after I'd taken the time to like pack it up really carefully and do all this other stuff. And it is just so hard to ship a computer that I would be worried that it could ever make it to someone. Otherwise, like I said, I wouldn't even charge someone money if they wanted to pay for the parts and for me to ship it to them. I would build it for them for free just for the fun of building it. And but I don't think the computer is going to make it to him alive. So, yeah. Computer parts are easier to ship kind of like in their own box because they're less likely to get damaged. But, yeah, that was a mess. It really, really upset me because I had worked so hard to build that computer. The guy was really excited to get it. And eventually it did get working. Everything was going to be all right. But it was just really frustrating. Like, you work hard on something like that, and I guess the FedEx guy just decides to kill it for you. And I know not all delivery drivers are bad. They're not. I worked at FedEx once upon a time. I did not destroy people's packages. It was bad luck, I'm sure. But still, it was very disappointing. It was very disappointing. Holy crap! CA, please! Yeah, freaking click an order there. Get over on these storm vermin. I think the Skaven may have just killed more of their own troops than mine with that little warp lightning shenanigan there. They got more trolls and stuff back here. Let's get up here into the fight. Always ship through USPS. Y'all have better luck with the post office? I mean, I have a good postal lady here who does my deliveries. She's fantastic. I know she wouldn't be ruining my stuff. But yeah, I don't know how it is everywhere. Gotta have form-fitting packaging. Yeah, I shipped it in the, like, so for instance, I shipped the computer in the box that the case came in. It was like packed in styrofoam. You know, very form-fitting, and then I stuffed some stuff inside the computer to keep anything in there from really taking any beating, and even with all that, it still got beat up. Like, even with all that, it still got trashed. Like, it got hit so hard during the delivery process that it still took damage. So, yeah, it was very disappointing. Like I said, eventually we got it working. What I would need in order to ship a computer properly is the same kind of stuff that you see in shipping from like the companies who do pre-built computers. You know, so like those packing things where like they expose it to air or something and it like expands and then hardens to hold stuff in place. Like if you can get access to that kind of stuff, I could ship a computer. And like I said, if people wanted to pay for like the parts and the shipping, dude, I'd gladly build them a computer for free and like show it off on the channel, like show people what we're building and stuff like that. I would love that. And like I said, I would do it for free. Just because I have a good time with it. But yeah, it's difficult. If anybody knows a good solution to the shipping, though, feel free to send me a message on the Discord or chat me something here. Love to hear it. I'm sure there's ways around it. Steven says, I wish I could buy a computer and build it, but I don't know how to build one. I also really don't have any space in my room due to the bed. I've had a lot of people who have never built a computer before watch the videos I made, and then I also told them to go watch people like Paul's Hardware. He has some great tutorials for how to build your own computer. In fact, the first computer I built, I learned how to do it by watching Paul's Hardware. So that was how we did it. That was a Skaven settlement, right? Yeah, we're going to sack their settlement. Ooh, the cash. That cash.
I'm special.
We are special. So yeah, see, that's how we're going to make our money right there. We're going to start sacking settlements. So yeah, that's how I learned how to build my first one. You can definitely do the same. There might be issues. Like I had a person who had been talking to me. He built his first computer, and he ran into a couple issues. He sent me some messages. I told him how to troubleshoot it. He got it working. You have to be able to get over that fear. Chances are, if you just take your time, everything will go fine. Nothing will go wrong. But occasionally something will go wrong. As long as you're willing to be patient, though, you can work through it. So, like, for instance, this person ended up with a bad I think it was a bad graphics card. It's either a graphics card or a motherboard. I don't remember which one. He had a bad part, and he had to go through the return process to get the new part, and then when he got it, he built it. That kind of stuff, it's bad luck. It happens occasionally. It doesn't happen super often. It does happen occasionally, though. And Regina says the hardest part of building a computer is knowing where all the wires plug. That is correct. That is one of the hardest parts. Wiring up the computer is probably the hardest part on a new build for a new builder. And takes a little bit of courage to jump into that. Like I said, you need to go check out people who have the equipment and the means to make really good tutorial videos. So like Paul's Hardware, like I said, he's got some excellent ones. And I would highly recommend him, where he gets in close with the camera and you can see where he's plugging stuff in. That will help you a ton. So that's definitely the way to do it. But like I said, there's still going to be some parts that are probably hard because yours may look slightly different than theirs do. Look, they had allies, so we just made it even bigger war. There we go. We're at war with everyone. So yeah. Once you've done it once, also, it gets easier. And Jonas C says, screwing things up is the most scary to me. That's true. I can understand why people get worried. A lot of people get really worried about installing the processor because they're worried they'll like discharge static into it or bend one of the pins and stuff like that. And it can happen. It can happen. I have built now probably almost 24 computers in my lifetime, and not once have I ruined a processor. Out of 24 times, I haven't done it. I haven't bent a pin on the motherboard or on the back of the processor, not once. Can it happen? Yes, it can. You know, a little mistake, like maybe you didn't intend to do something, but you dropped the processor at just the wrong time or something like that. Yeah, yeah, it can happen. But I mean, most of the time, I would say that it's very unlikely because you're going to be taking your time. You're going to be trying to do it right. And with a little bit of caution, very unlikely that something like that's going to go wrong. Very unlikely. And if the parts don't work and like you put it together right and you didn't damage it, well then the company will, you can do a return process as long as you bought it from a reputable retailer and you can return it. and they'll have to replace it.
But do equal.
Well, we must be beating up people pretty good. You just jinxed it. Next build will fail. I have had a build fail, but I didn't say I've never had a build fail. I just have never ruined a processor. Like I said, I didn't say I never had a build fail. I've never ruined the processor. Processors are the worst part, but now there's even some that have pins in the motherboard, so it's pretty easy to set up. Yeah, Intel does LGA, which is where the pins are on the motherboard, and it's very difficult to mess up. Right now, Ryzen, outside of the Threadripper series, has the pins on the processor. I think a Ryzen processor is very easy to install without damaging. But on the Intel side, like if you're installing the processor and you drop it and a motherboard pin gets bent, you have to buy a new motherboard. So usually not as expensive as the processor. I guess it depends on the motherboard you get, though. Usually not as expensive as the processor, so it could be a good thing. Man, now we're losing money. Why are we losing? Were we really making that much money at the Dragonhorn mines? I guess so, apparently.
Who can I stab?
Well, we're gonna have to get into some scraps here.
Get 'em!
This stupid miner spam over here.
Kill them all!
I really want to sack Akendorf because we need the money. Looks like Emmerich took a hike.
It's ready. The gods won't be happy, so no.
Occupy the settlements.
Now they'll see.
Tear that down. Alright, we're now in the hole, so that's not good. Holy... Oh, no! No. Ungram has been watching Legend of Total War's channel. Oh, no. How's that Grombrindle Agor campaign coming along? I'm not quite sure, Hammond, but I like that name that you just made up there. Oh my gosh, there is no way we can stop that. Like, oh, his whole army is unbreakable. This is a mess, folks. This is never gonna work. This is never gonna work. Like, I'm not sure the AI can straight up defeat me easily, but I don't see how we ever survive this. Like, this is an absolute craptastrophe of a mess of a campaign. What a mess. I gotta save my money because I'm losing too much money. Wow. That was so many Slayers. 2 stacks of Goblin Archers should do it. I might, but the problem with that is that I'm going to have like almost 20 Slayers rushing at me. So even if I had 2 full stacks of Goblin Archers, I mean, they're going to catch the front stack and cut through it with hardly any damage. Even if the whole second stack is sitting there shooting, I still think that they're going to win that. I mean, the AI would have to blob up really stupid and make a ton of mistakes for you to be able to pull that off, even with 2 stacks of Goblin Archers. Like, that is an absolute mess to deal with right now as the Greenskins. You just really need armor. That's the best way to take out all the Slayers, is to have a lot of armor. For sure. Alaskan Ambush says, sack Akendorf. They deserve it. Been reading Gotrek and Felix books, and they refused to let them stay there when they needed refuge. All right, we'll get them. We'll take them down. You're faster, though, and you can always flee. Are we faster, though, than the Slayers? I don't think the Goblin Archers, if they're faster than the Slayers, it ain't going to be by much. And when they have a whole stack of them and they can stretch the whole map, I don't know how you're getting away from that. I highly doubt that we can stay in front of that for very long. I have very, very many doubts about our abilities to stay in front of that many Slayers. Everybody and their dog just pouring it on right now. Oh boy. Says we're gonna take a defeat here. We very well might. I mean, we might just get buried in miners here. That is at least 2 full stacks worth of miners. I'll retreat and see if we can pick one of them off, maybe. Nope, they caught up to me. And how are they still getting reinforcements? Oh, it's just multiple stacks. Okay, yeah, okay. I was thinking maybe it was like a garrison or something. Well, I guess the good news is that this army dies, which I don't feel like fighting like 2 full stacks of miners. That army dies, it should fix some of my income problems. Bad Sheep, thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate you being here. Oh, flee one battle and redo it. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. You might be able to cheese it that way. I think I see what you're saying. My gosh, we're going to lose so many battles. We don't want to lose our WAAGH target either. It's only 5 turns away being ours, so we might want to move out. Yeah, we're about to lose our WAAGH trophy, which we can't have that.
This magic is real. Let's ride.
Move out here and get over here and stop those guys. Which means I'm going to start losing stuff here, because now look, now Karak 8 Peaks is going to get taken by the Dwarfs just as soon as I leave. This is such a crapshoot. Oh man. I have no desire to carry on a This Is Total WAAGH campaign. And now this is just a pointless waste of time over here at Ackendorf. I mean, I could probably beat these guys, but this is... Now this is just a big fat waste of time, so... Break this siege. We don't have time for this right now. I've got all these Dawi over here. We can make money by killing them. I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna be out of time for this episode. Yeah, I gotta run. I'm actually out of time for the stream tonight. It's been a couple hours. I gotta bounce. Man, this is a mess. I don't know. I might play some of this like off stream for a while and see if I can stabilize it, because right now it's a bit of a mess. That Slayer stack is going to be some real trouble. However, with this garrison and our army, we can probably stop the Slayer stack. Like, we can hold the line right here at Mount Gunbad, and really the AI would have to go all the way around to get to us, so I think we can hold the line at Mount Gunbad. If I can keep making some money, like, so for instance, if we can clean up the Barak Var dwarves here, that would take an enemy off the table. If we defeat this faction's leader, we'll get to confederate them and take them off the table. So we could definitely get rid of a couple of wars locally and probably stabilize this. So, yeah. I'll take a look at it, and then maybe we'll play it again. This is interesting, though. I've always wanted to try this. I haven't ever tried it. So it's an interesting experience to see what this is like, because I knew it would be a big challenge, and it's an interesting type of challenge. Because it seems like in some places you might need to defend, in other ways you really need to be aggressive and kill the enemy factions. That way you can actually stop fighting them, because you're not allowed to make peace. It's peace through war, right? But, let's see. This is our only army that has any movement points, and that's because it's intended to be that way. I'm gonna be kind of careful with my money a little here. We got some unassigned skill points. I'll end one more turn. No point in spending any money at 8 Peaks right now, because we're not gonna be able to defend it. Won't be cheesing, it's just elven tactics. How much longer is the stream? Just a couple minutes, Vincent. I've been on for a couple hours. That's usually about as long as I can stream. And I'm gonna have to run. Yeah, this is gonna be that bunch of crap, but it is what it is. I can't sit there and Let those guys siege me for a year.
I'm special.
You are special.
Away.
Get out here to Bitterstone Mine. I gotta try and save Ekron before my WAAGH runs out. I wonder what my defense looks like there. Probably not great.
I refuse.
I'm not really sure why it thinks we're gonna lose that. I actually think we could win that. I'm not gonna attack it right now because I don't have time to actually play through that battle, but I'm pretty sure we would win that.
What you want? This better lead to war.
I'm gonna move up here with Grimgore and enter an ambush stance, see if we can catch some dwarves and kill them. We're actually being denied a lot of fights here, and that's hurting us almost as bad as, like, losing fights.
I will not disgrace my ancestors.
Would we get reinforcements? We would. I don't know if the reinforcements from Karak 8 Peaks are very good. They're not, but, you know, they're reinforcements. I think I'll save it here and try and pick this up another time. But anyway, thank you all for joining me tonight. I've got to run. I had a great time. Really appreciate you, and I will be streaming again tomorrow at the same time. We're going to be playing Vermintide 2 with some of the folks from my Discord. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a Warhammer-based game. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it, it's kind of like an action shooter type game, like first-person action shooter, that type of thing. It should be a lot of fun. So join in, and we'll be playing some of that tomorrow. Anyway, I will see you then. HeirofCarthage signing out.